Hey, so I'm really glad I finally have a car now. So I thought I'd talk about that for a little bit and just process a little bit more because it was pretty heavy today. So I had like a really bad panic attack and just cried because this guy, the car salesman, out of nowhere tells me, "Oh, you have to fill out this reference sheet." And I was like, "Reference sheet? What are you talking about?" And so I told him, "Well, you're going to have to email that to me because you never told me that, you know, I had to do that before. So email it to me and I'll look at it." And so I looked at it and I printed it out, and I was just like dumbfounded that the whole thing was wanting to know all my family members, their phone numbers and addresses and names. And then, of course, it said, but don't write them down if they're deceased. And my whole family are deceased. And so it made me emotional looking at that and realizing again, hey, you're an orphan, you have nobody. It really got to me seeing that today. And the dealership is affiliated with the car dealership that my dad worked at for his last job when he died. So that's another reason I was emotional. So that was pretty tough. And I did apologize to the car salesman and told him, I'm sorry, for being a little short with you and grouchy, and I was stressed out. And he said, you don't owe me any apology at all. I was so happy to serve you and help you, and feel like I was doing something for God. And and he told me this whole spiel about how he felt like he was doing something right for God. And so I felt like that was a clear answer and stuff, that was a car. But it just sucks that the car was probably owned by a college student that got the car for free from their parents. And you could tell a guy owned it, and he probably partied in it and was really rough on it. And so there's some wear and tear, most definitely, in the car, but I'm grateful to have wheels. I'm so grateful to be independent again and not have to use a damn Uber and not have to order groceries using the apps, because that's fucking expensive. The fees that I had to pay to order groceries were crazy high. The Ubers were expensive, and so I'm just glad that I have wheels again. I was getting depressed and felt like a shut-in. Like, I'm already introverted. I already stay home a lot, but not having a car and not having the independence to go and shop and get groceries, not able to go and do stuff that I had to do, and losing that independence and having to be dependent on an app that's expensive or on an Uber driver. And it was really stressful. And so Uber drivers mostly were nice, but you get the few that smoked in the car right before they came and picked you up, and then you have to breathe that in. And the thing is and I confronted one. She's like, no, that was a customer. I didn't smoke. I don't smoke. I have babies. I don't smoke. And I was like, random to say you have babies is a reason why you didn't smoke, and it was obvious she did. But I didn't want to keep arguing with her because she was already combative with picking me up, and couldn't find my address and got lost. And long story short, that was awful. And that was more than one occasion where you have someone that smoked in the car, and you have to deal with that, and you can't say anything because they get mad at you when I'm like, hello, you're performing a service and you're getting paid to pick me up. You're not supposed to sit in your car and smoke, in between your rides. You got to step out of the car or something. And then I had one bad ride with somebody who smoked pot, who literally smoked weed right before they came and got me, and the car reeked of weed, and they were driving slow, and I was stressed out because I had to be somewhere at a certain time, and they were driving slow because they were high. And they got lost because they were high and not paying attention to their directions. So that made me kind of hyper anxious. And I said, hey, you missed I think you missed the you know, the thing where we were supposed to get off, and, you know, not trying to be a backseat driver, but at the same time, you're high, so I'm going to be a backseat driver and tell you I need to get somewhere. But God, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. I mean, I am so glad. And I'm really praying hard that this car will last, because my loan terms are for 3 years. And the finance guy told me, if you can make higher payments than what this payment is, do it, so they'll drive your interest rate down, and so you can get this paid off quicker. So that's my plan in the big picture. But I still got to get caught up. There's stuff I have to fix with my credit. And, you know, plus, you know, the next check is going to be rent. Then the check after that, car payment, car insurance, and a little bit of groceries. I definitely can't afford anything with this check, because I had to pay $1,000 down to get this car and get insurance. So, and yeah, so I am like tapped out. So, yeah, but yeah, what a stressful day. And then I had to go to Home Depot and return a lamp that I ordered online that came from Canada. And whoever the asshole is that was in the Canada warehouse that decided it was a good idea to epoxy a broken lamp and then send that to Texas to me was a dipshit. So it's been in my living room for a solid month waiting for me to have a chance to take it to Home Depot. So I finally got a chance to do that. Let me tell you, nobody was doing social distancing. Nobody. Especially not the employees. The employees were worse. There were so many guys that kept getting in my face, and people that were foreigners do not care. They were on their phone talking really loudly on their cell like this instead of using headphones, and not paying attention where they were going. One guy literally was talking like right here in my face and on his phone like this, and got like right next to me. Like, I almost felt his whiskers and his oily skin. It really stressed me the hell out. I don't like going places by myself if it's going to be stressful like that. And that was stressful. So, but I dealt with it. It's over with. That refund is going to be on my debit card, and then whenever that happens, I can use that to go get groceries, because stressful. And it's, you know, I'm grateful to have an income, but it's stressful to deal with this in the meantime. So, this is an old school song. Very old school. I'm going to skip this song. This is also old school, but this is better. Duran Duran. Duran Duran always makes me a little happier. I like that band. So yeah, it was a lot of emotion to get this done. I had so much shit I had to do this morning just to get the ball rolling, to get this car. I had to make sure I had exactly $1,000 in my bank account. I had to get my car insurance. I tried to use my prior car insurance thing, and they said because you haven't had auto insurance in in however many months, since February, we can't insure you. I said, why would I need to have car insurance when I didn't have a car after February? That makes no freaking sense. And she said, well, there's a thing you could do in Texas that will keep you insured, and you still have to pay. And I'm like, again, I couldn't afford to do that and show I have auto insurance for a car that didn't exist. You know, a phantom car. I'm having to spend that money on this insurance you're insisting, doing Ubers and having groceries, you know, that all the fees you have to pay to have groceries delivered to you and for them to shop for you and all that stuff. So it was just pretty stupid. So that car insurance turned me down. So I had to quickly online shop and see who would be cheaper. And one place quoted me an amount, and my email, I was like typing really fast, and I typed one character off, and it was going to send an email to a thing that doesn't even exist. And so instead of Gmail, it was like Glaymail or whatever. I had an L in there somehow. And so I think my pinky or something must have just stroked it, you know, with trying to type really fast. And it wouldn't let me fix it. And I feel like if you can't fix something and you have to start all over in your application after already getting the quote and getting approved, and the only thing that is holding you up is to have the confirmation sent to your email of your contract, why not keep that same contract? So I had to start over, and it quoted me higher. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna have to eat it and do this for 6 months and then go back to my prior insurance. It's a little bit cheaper and better, and try to do this again. So stressful. So I had to get that taken care of. I had to get this stupid reference thing taken care of, and just panicking all morning trying to get all this shit done and having a panic attack. And I just really, really, really needed a hug. Like, I just needed somebody to just go, you know what? It sucks, but here's a hug. That's what I needed, is a hug. Yeah. I'm just glad it's over with. I've got the car, and my payment will be due next month, and big sigh of relief. So now I'll start on the next video with the next topic and end here at almost 11:30, so that you guys can tolerate my video. So thank you for watching.